Recently, Governor Little declared the month of May as Idaho Horticulture Month to celebrate farmers, nurseries, and garden centers throughout the state. And now that the weather is getting warmer, it's a great time to plant your gardens. Perennials are always a good choice because they come back year after year. So today on You Can Grow It, Garden Master Jim Duthie visits a local garden center for some ideas on some great perennials to include in your home landscape.
May is Idaho Horticulture Month, and we're visiting various garden centers around the Treasure Valley to get an idea of some of the perennials and other plants that will do well in your home landscape. Today, we're at Jordan's Garden Center. Jordan Risch from Jordan's Garden Center joins me right now, and we're here at Jordan's Garden Center to talk about some perennials. Everybody wants to get out and start planting things, but you're thinking maybe native plants might be the way to go.
Well, yeah, here at Jordan's, we like to bring in native plants and plants that do well in Idaho, specifically because we want you to succeed. So, planting the right plants in the right place is going to be one of the better ways to achieve that kind of success.
Well, this is the real beauty.
Yeah, this is one of my absolute favorites. This is Columbine. It has got such a beautiful, unique flower. It is actually an Idaho native as well. It does very well in very dry conditions, as well as some low light conditions. You'll see these growing naturally up in forest regions and places like that.
Columbines come in a variety of colors, like the purple ones with the white centers we have here, to yellows, blues, and pink and red shades like these growing in my own garden at home. They're low maintenance and grow to about 18 to 36 inches high, and the blooms will last 4 to 6 weeks. Well, Jordan, sometimes we get a lot of sun and it's very hot in the summertime.
Yep.
We want some plants maybe in shady areas of your yard that just don't get a lot of sun.
Absolutely. Well, this is one of my personal favorites here. This they call a Lenten Rose or heliobor. The reason why they call it that is it starts flowering at the beginning of Lent. So these flowers came in on February, and you can see it's still going strong. Another very drought-tolerant plant, very, very low maintenance. And if you feel those leaves are very leathery.
Very tough.
Yeah, it's because it actually is a perennial evergreen. So these leaves will stick around through the winter. And quite often with our beautiful Idaho springs, you'll see these flowering up through the snow.
They're very beautiful, but be sure you wear some gloves because we've got serrated edges on these leaves that are like a little saw.
Yeah, they are a little pokey. Absolutely. Tough little plants all around.
Hellebores don't mind some morning sun, but do well in deep shade. They're also a compact evergreen, only about 2 feet high and 2 feet wide. So Jordan, we've talked about some flowers, we've talked about some shade plants. Now we're talking about this kind of interesting native plant, a serviceberry.
Yeah, I love serviceberries. This is one of those great three-season bushes. It gives you white flowers in the spring. The white flowers will then turn into, obviously, serviceberries, which is a very tasty berry. It tastes somewhat like a blueberry, but then in the fall they turn beautiful colors too, some orangey reds, so it gives you a great color throughout all the seasons.
Serviceberries are very drought tolerant and can be planted individually or in groupings. Some shorter varieties grow to 4 feet, but larger ones can grow to 25 feet tall. Is there a problem with these kind of plants, say with deer and those kind of things?
No, so because it's an Idaho native, the wildlife around here are accustomed to them, so it's not poisonous for anything that's native. In fact, the birds absolutely love the berries. So if you're planting them for the berries, you better get out there early and compete with the birds. All
right, Jordan, we talked about 3 or 4 specific plants that are Idaho natives, but you've got a large variety of perennials here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, we carry everything from large sycamore trees down to bedding plants. We've got about 5 acres worth of material. We even carry some locally crafted art and statuary up front.
So everything for your landscape, plus the bedding plants for your vegetable garden as well.
Yeah, maybe some Mother's Day gifts too.
Time to start getting those in the ground here pretty soon, but be prepared. You never know what the weather's going to do for the next several weeks anyway.
True that.
We really get into summer. So for Idaho's News Channel 7, I'm Jim Duthie with Jordan Risch from Jordan Garden Center.
And there's a huge variety of native Idaho plants that are naturally well suited to our growing conditions. By the way, Jordan's Garden Center is located on South Cole Road, north of Victory. Garden centers and nurseries throughout southwest Idaho have a large selection of trees, shrubs, bedding plants, and all kinds of garden accessories to make you a successful Idaho gardener.